Welcome back. And goodbye. This controller, man. Thank you. I only pressed one button there. Oh, jeez. This is the good controller, right? Alright. Controller, get it out of your system. I'm gonna move the sticks around a little bit. You okay? Okay. I don't think we're ready for the next set of arcade mode levels yet. Oh wait, we already did the next arcade mode set. So that means we have 50 more stages left to do after that, actually. And what was it? These start off, at least the intermediate started off where the novice ended. Are there like 150 stages then? Maybe? I don't know. But there are definitely stages left, so we'll go, I guess, to metal mode? There are lots of stages left, mind you. You should probably play around a little bit in some of the other modes again. I mean, Blitz mode is kind of gimmicky, and was added to the game later. I think we're alright without playing with that too much. Shuffle, you need more levels for this, I think. Oh man, do I even have the are these extra levels for... It doesn't tell you. Novice extra, I guess that is. I guess you have to actually like unlock the decks. Huh, which I probably won't worry about because again, that's a type of stress I'm not looking for in this game. Speaking of which, I'm not going to worry much about Platinum anymore. Apologies for the slow start this episode, I'm just wondering if for instance I would want to do Rush mode again. I don't know if I would. I might just stick with normal arcade mode when we do arcade mode. Anyways, because of this thing, I'm just gonna let it go, I think, for the most part with all the platinum things. Stratosphere, that sounds cool. Oh yeah, it's like Stump Temple, I forgot about that. What's the music here like? It's a lot more dramatic. Like, energetic. It's not the slow, whoa, we're shuffling. We're a lot more, oh, controller, please don't do this. I know I was doing poorly, but we're a lot more Sky Sanctuary here, I think, than we are Stump Temple. It's just fine by me. But what was I doing there? You gotta think, man. Think about what you're doing. Yeah, that's not to say I won't try to get platinum anymore on anything. It's just that I'll be more thoughtful in when I do try to get platinum on things. I'll be more thoughtful about whether it would be fun to try to get platinum on something, I think. That's what I'll have to do. That was interesting. I do expect still to get gold on everything. I'm a little bummed I won't get to see then what the prize is for platinum, but I didn't expect from the beginning that I'd be going for platinum on everything anyways, so that's not so much of a problem. Nope. There you go. Ah, it's easy to miss the cycles on these. Timing's real tight. Shove around so quickly. Like, see, I could have gotten that, I just didn't. Ah, bumping! Small bumps are the worst ones. It's kind of weird how you can slide around on these. Ah! Almost. Yeah, platinum seems like it would be a pain on this one anyways. If you can get into a rhythm, it's probably not so bad, but I don't know if I want to spend time getting into that rhythm. Right there. This is some nice energetic music. I think... Oh, come on, controller. I think it's more about not bumping into things like that and losing your speed than it is actually getting the best cycle and everything, though. As long as you're not going for platinum or anything. Platinum, as we've seen, all bets are off. But, otherwise... Oh, you can almost do that, looks like. Jumping from one to the other. Controller. I realize you're almost doing me a service there, but it's a service I didn't ask for. It's really... It's not as dangerous at feeling as you would think going across these. The hard part is just getting onto them, honestly. It's... Your time is more at risk than your life. Of course, I say that as I fall. Yeah. Oh, come on, that keeps happening. Right. Mess up the timing and I miss a cycle like that. I keep doing that. That does bug me out. It makes sense to require good timing and whatnot, but for some reason it bugs me a lot in this game where I bump things, and because of that I can't move forwards. Even though it's a perfectly valid thing to be punished for, I think. Like, not having the right timing when going across these, for instance. That makes sense. Yeah, that would felt real dangerous. That was good. Not worthy of platinum, I realize. I agree, but... Pattern. What kind of pattern? Ah. I feel like you have to do lots of good bounces here if you want to get a good time, which concerns me. You probably have to do some weird bounces across things. You have time to get a running start at least, so you can do something like that a little bit more. Oh, the end there looks rough though. I think you have to I imagine you have to one cycle this somehow. Yeah, like I almost did there. If you want to get a platinum. That seems really rough. Do I have to take a more direct route? Yeah, it seems rough to jump across the middle there. I think you can jump diagonally. It seems really rough. You bounce a lot here for some reason, though. You bounce a lot more than I expect to. I don't know how to get a good bounce off the corner, though. There you go. You have to not go on. You don't want to actually hit it corner-wise. You want to hit the side. And then use that to your advantage. But I don't know if you have to one cycle this to get gold too. If you don't, then I guess it's not that big of a deal. But for platinum, really, why can't I do this now? How bouncy these are. It's like I got a good bounce on at one point there. I think if you can just do that consistently, that's probably how you get platinum. It might be easier for me to get platinum than gold, here depending on how this works. Unless the pattern here to speak of is actually that some of these things bouncy more than others, or something weird like that. Controller. Not sure. Because the rules definitely feel different here as far as bouncing goes. And I don't know why that would be. Also, a sky level with lots of synth. Actually, this is a little, I don't know if this is as much Sky Sanctuary as it is Sky World. Not very creatively named, but from Blinks 2. Ah, come on, that was acceptable, controller. You don't need to have such high standards. We're not going for platinum anymore. Controller, don't fight with me. I think one of the reasons it bugs me though, having to bounce on things was to be able to get 3 times, even though I realize that is what one does in Monkey Ball, which is what this is based off of, is I realize that if you look at speedrunners or something, people manage to do it somehow, but to me, it doesn't feel controllable how you bounce off of things. Like, it always feels to me like how you bounce off of something is a matter of, yeah, some things make you bounce, some things don't. I think is what's happening here. There might be a secret here. Maybe I should actually slow down and see what things make me bounce. Like, see, for some reason, like, just bouncing across here is so inconsistent. This makes me bounce. Not a ton, but it does make me bounce more than other things. This makes me bounce. Do all of them do that? It's hard to tell. Right? It's hard to jump across these. I realize I can wait longer, depending on a few factors. Do they all make me bounce like that? Maybe they do. I feel like they might all make me bounce that way. Well, of course, if you only get a good time, you need to be fast, too. Kind of redundantly. So, it's another reason to not wait for these platforms to start falling, to start running around. Of course, that doesn't work if you try to go that fast. I think I'm about done here. Just want to see. I want to take a couple last tries to see if I can get some nice bounces going to, yeah, get going. It might be the key to go diagonally here, though, still. I haven't still confirmed whether that's the case. See, though, I sometimes bounce a lot further than other times. And it not being apparent to me what makes you bounce better sometimes than others is what makes me not like kind of do things like what I'm doing here, where I have to bounce off of something to get from point A to B. Because it feels like I'm almost relying on RNG or some other arcane source of physics to plot my route. Like, how would I do this in arcade mode if I don't want to lose lives? The answer is somehow you figure out how to bounce right, but I still don't know what that is at all. I see other people do it, but I don't know what it is. I think I'll just try to complete this level at all one more time and then call it a day. Yeah, you need really good bounces some way or another to one cycle this whole thing. I have no idea how you do that, but you probably need to bounce off the corners of some things to speed yourself up. I imagine that's part of it. I can't even get fast enough to get this platform most of the time. That was a better time, but definitely not worthy of platinum. On to the next one. Rooftops. Go! You gotta be a little more careful than that. Controller, I wanted to hang on and try and see what I can do there, even though I realized it was hopeless. Controller decided otherwise, though. Okay, so this is another cycle-based one. Kind of auto-scrolly. How do you get from point A to B here? It's still a mystery to me, by the way, speaking of mysterious physics. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I get the idea here. Speaking of mysterious physics, though, it's still a mystery to me how you get platinum on the first level. Yeah. Not quite. I imagine you have to do some trickery there to skip the cycle, because I think you can. For platinum. I like the idea here, though. It's more cycle stuff. If it wasn't, timed, if I wasn't trying to get a good time, I wouldn't care about these things being all cycly. But the reason I keep complaining about that is, and I've explained it already, I guess, but when things are cycle-based, it means that, one, you get silly things like the last level I tried to get platinum on for 45 minutes or so, the vast majority of which I cut out from the video. Controller! And where it's required that, or expected that you do everything perfectly. In other cases where you just waste so much of your time getting up to the end, which is the only part where your performance actually matters. Everything before that is just, I guess you have to somehow do that part, last part slightly faster. But, like, right there, all that matters, I think, is the very end, unless I can skip the cycle or something for platinum. But otherwise, what decides gold or silver is just how quickly I can do that last part, and everything else leading up to it is just kind of using up my time. But speaking of using my time, we'll use that time next episode. Bye everyone.